My own mind is my own church. This is the philosophy of Thomas Paine in his book. And when you come out and say that my wife, I did not touch her, she is a virgin, and etc. And this, like, we need more proof of that than just your words. Are you going to just trust your words and take it on face value? That's all. Like, what would be your reaction if right now if somebody came to you like, yeah, this is the normal reaction, and we are going to touch it more in the later part. So keep watching. Learning does not consist, as the schools now make it consist, in the knowledge of languages, but in the knowledge of things to which languages gives name. All the Nietzsche, for example, does is that it points the finger about these destructive things that are brought to human society by this religion, by these Abrahamistic religions. This idea of the sin, original sin, the condemnation, and etc. This is the basic idea. What a fool do fabulous systems make of a man. For more ancient any history pretends to be, the more it has the resemblance of a fable. So true. Because like when we say ancient, what do you mean by it? Like Mircea in his book has this example. Like the explorer went in the village and tried to learn about certain story, and the locals told him about this story as something ancient that happened. It's from Eternal Coming with Myth, the book. Something that happened hundreds of thousands of years back. But the explorer, like the researcher, in fact, like starts to ask more questions, and he finds out the man that lived in this story happened. And it only happened like 40 years back, but the locals thought it was like ancient times. So how distorted this image is. And let me read you a quote, the commandment Moses gave to Israel, to his people, basically, to people of Israel, and the priest Eleazar and etc. were there. And paid close attention. This is one of the small things in the entire Bible mentioned, especially in the Old Testament. Now, therefore, kill every male among little ones, and kill every woman that has known a man by lying with him. But all the women, children, that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. This is, you can check it, Numbers chapter 31, verse 13. What is this? What kind of command is this? Here is an order, essentially, to butcher the boys, to massacre the mothers, and debauch the daughters. Respect a biblical king that has like 700 wives and 300 concubines. Like, it's not like they're taking there willingly. And supposedly that biblical king is very wise and writes this work of Ecclesiastes and etc. I mean, there are many things, like it's under the question. First of all, what do you know about life? He was a king, and he was spending his life in debauchery, basically, and a bunch of fun, like what he knew about life, and these things are supposedly as if said by him, and etc. He says that the Thomas Paine, the only true religion is deism, and basically deism is the belief in the existence of a supreme being, specifically of a creator who does not intervene in the universe. We should never force belief upon ourselves in anything. In anything, we should never force belief in ourselves in anything. What is what is Bible actually teaches us? The Bible teaches us rapine, cruelty, and murder. And what is the New Testament teaches us? To believe that the Almighty committed debauchery with women, engaged to be married, and the belief of this debauchery is called the face. It's a degradation of Almighty creature. I never thought about this way. It's a degradation of Almighty creature that needs to have a contact with a female. So, and we will debunk the scheme here later. But it's a degradation of the supreme being that needs to have sex with female with a miraculous way. To the female that is already engaged, and to be married to another man, to steal another man's wife by ridiculous. And these are common pagan beliefs that were before this things spread, like how Zeus and Olympian gods would visit these females and they would get pregnant and stuff. And such an unknoble behavior we don't respect in society. We don't respect this behavior. If you hear that other men done this thing, you won't respect that behavior. You'll be like, what a prick player. What kind of man behaves that way? And so, but now here we have that, as if God actually did, that there is then the idea of Trinity, which is another nonsense. Now, and this thing, like, what you have to do, like, you have to laugh or cry about human stupidity. Like, you don't have many choices. Where is her, in the name of common sense, where is her common sense? Where is her common sense? Of all the systems of religions that ever were invented, there is none more derogatory to the Almighty, more undefying to men, more repugnant to reason, and more contradictory in itself than this thing called Christianity. Too absurd for belief, too impossible to convince, and too inconsistent for practice. It renders the heart, or produces only atheists and fanatics. As an engine of power, it serves the purpose of despotism, and as a means of wealth, the Iveriel of priests. But so far as respects the good of a man in general, it leads to nothing here or hereafter. It produces only atheists or fanatics. The people that know about these religions, the wider part of the do not believe in these things, simply do not believe in these things. No, do not believe in these things like at all. This is the truth. The wider part do not believe in it. It is simply the truth. Wider part do not believe in religion, of enlightenment, principle of this philosophy. This is the foundation principles of United States based on, and many people should read this. Not this is where I made notes, but the actual book I will link down below. The audiobook of it. It's a free on YouTube. And okay, that's it, guys. See you.